Hey Shireen, how's it going? Right. We do some best of three ladder. What you say? Shireen says I was not impressed with that advert though. Disgusting. Ah, that's not my fault, unfortunately. I don't get to control those, not yet. So we're just going to be doing some best of three ladder. This is an unfinished Esper control deck. Currently set to gold 3, bottom of gold 3. So hopefully get to push up the ranks here. But we just have to wait and see. Play smart and grind those games. This is a reasonably good start. I could use one white land here to use this Mortify, but we have Sinister Sabotage mana. Stuff we can do, definitely. Looks like he's playing blue-black as well. Thought Erasure, he'll probably get rid of either Khan or Sinister Sabotage. He's playing a very similar deck to mine, but he has a better start than me. He plays Moment of Craving, which probably means he's gonna play. Probably means he's got a 2/2 that he wants to play. We don't have any further black cards that I can play here, so I'll play Glacial Fortress. That gets us our 2 blue, and then we can play Swamp, and that lets us play all of our cards in hand colour-wise. So we have mana for Sinister Sabotage. This lets him return a creature card from graveyard to hand if he pays 3 and sacrifices it. We can go 4. There's no point in us playing Khan just yet. We need to be patient. He's probably got some kind of counter spell up. You'll notice when I play Esper, like there's a lot of like waiting and waiting around. So what I'm going to do now is at the end of his turn, I'm going to try and bait out a counter spell here with this. It essentially just allows me to draw 2 cards at the end of his end step. This will hopefully bait out a counter spell. He only has 1 blue mana, so it didn't, but it accelerated us through our cards, and we picked up another land, which is nice. So we can go into our turn. And then I think what we probably do here is we don't have quite enough mana to play both Sinister Sabotage just yet, so I think what we do is we don't take the 2 life, we let this come in tapped, and we have another Chemist's Insight. So what we do is we'll pass turn, and then I think at the end of his next phase we'll try and bait out another counter spell. I might be playing around something that he doesn't actually have here, but we'll see. He needs to tap out because he knows I've got Khan, so he needs to tap out for me to actually do anything really. So we're going to go again. We're going to fill up our hand. I don't have to discard any cards down from 7 until the end of my next turn. Play Hallowed Fountain. We're getting to the point where we can start to, like, we've got enough lands that we can protect Khan now. We need 1 more land down on the next turn, and that'll let us protect Khan when we play him with a Sinister Sabotage. Slambador is a great name. Okay, so I have to discard here, so I'm going to discard a island, as soon as I've got spare 1 in hand. But I have a full hand of cards here. I've got a full board of land. So let's see what he tries to do now. I think what I probably do here is I try to Sinister Sabotage this, and then he's got 2 mana up, which was very specific. 2 mana will be a negate, so he will probably negate that. Oh, he didn't. Okay, fine. We don't need another Hallowed Fountain. This can go to the grave. And we do need another swamp to play Kaya's Wrath. So I think what we do here is we play Khan, and then we can protect him with Sinister Sabotage if we need to. He's only got 2 lands. This is probably what he was holding his negate up for. There's his negate, so what we can do is we can play Sinister Sabotage, we can choose negate with this really awkward thing, and we can, seeing as he's tapped out, we can counter his negate with our Sinister Sabotage. This lets us surveil 1, we keep the cast down on top of the library, and then Khan gets to come through.
I have faced worse than the likes of you.
So we'll use Khan's +1, that reveals the top 2 cards of our library. Actually I probably shouldn't have done that, I probably should have done creature, because now we can see this. It's a bad choice. So he obviously gives us the Godless Shrine, he gives us the land, and what happens is this cast down goes to exile, and I can pull it back with Khan's -2 later on. Flying Death Touch Hexproof. Okay, seeing as he's near enough tapped out, he probably has another negate here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Kaya's Wrath, because I can't target this with another spell. So I'm going to use a board wipe instead, which doesn't target, it just destroys everything. I have another Sinister Sabotage here to protect this if I need to, but I don't need to, he doesn't counter it. We'll then play, we'll do... okay, he's going to concede. Fine. So we know he plays control. We know we want to pull our negates in. Negates are really important for us. Cast downs are still fairly important. He's playing these Thief of Sanity, which we're actually going to pull in. I think we can drop 1 Kaya's Wrath. And we can probably drop... I don't know whether we need this yet, because I didn't see a Planeswalker from him, but he might have a Planeswalker. I think we keep Chromium in. Yeah, good first round, good first round. So I think we take our Vraska's Contempt, because I didn't see a Planeswalker from him, and I have enough stuff with Moment of Craving and Cast Down here, so I'm going to put my 2 extra negates in. I have 1 slot left. This will probably go to Cast Down, and I'm going to keep my Mortifies in, because no doubt we'll see Eldest Reborn from him. Actually, I think we'll play 3 negates, and 2 cast down, and we'll put our Thief of Sanity in. Yeah. Okay, let's do that. Running out of time, so let's just go for it. Good land start. We got a negate. We got a Thief of Sanity. We got a Khan. This is pretty good. Kaya's Wrath isn't so good, so we got like 1 dead card here. Maybe should have taken more of these out. I'm not too fussed about that. Chromium on the draw isn't great either. So what I'll probably do here is pay 2 life for this, and then hold it up for negate. Okay, we don't get to use the negate, That's fine. We'll play Island here and we'll do our own Deeper Sanity. Match it. Now he plays these main boards, so this is one of his tactics. I've also left the board open for him to actually play something else as well. I'm not going to block anything, I'm not too fussed about that. So he took 2 lands off the top, which is fine for me, but he's taken something else out of there, but we can't see what it is just yet. Isolated Chapel gets us our white source, and then I think what we do is we attack ourselves, and then we do the same ability to him unless he has some kind of power. So what we do is we look at the top 3, we get to exile 1, and we can then cast that, and then the other 2 go to his bin. So this is the only useful one to us, really. And then I think we'll hold this for now. Do we want to hold this? Yeah, I think we want to hold this. Because I want my mana for Sinister Sabotage up. Just in case he tries to read my hand or something crazy like that. So he's going to do the same to me again. He's going to pull a card back. He drops 2 more lands into the bin, was that? Oh, Thought Erasure and a land. So he didn't want to read my hand, which is interesting. I don't quite have the mana to protect Khan yet. But I do have the mana to use Discovery. So I'll use Discovery. Thought Erasure is nice, but we're not going to use it just yet. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Unless he might have a negate to negate my negate. That was an interesting turn of phrase, but yeah. He does. He negates my negate with his negate. So that means my guy dies. It means I have to start thinking about how do I get rid of this. I don't seem to be drawing much removal, and he managed to pull some off the top. He's already gotten me down to 12 life. That's interesting. So yeah, I need to draw something off the top here, really. Cast down works. So what I'll do is I will I'll probably Thought Erasure here. This is a bit janky because I don't really know what's going to happen here. I'm either using this to bait out a counter spell like that, or I need to decide whether I want to kill this because he still has 2 for a negate. But I want this to protect Khan. I don't know whether this is the right move, but it stops the immediate damage threat. This is kind of difficult, this one, because I've had a bit of a janky start, and I should have gotten rid of his thing earlier, I think. Yeah, so he has one of my Khans, which is interesting.
I battle for the forces of good.
So what I'm going to do here, he's tapped out. I get to choose one that goes to his hand, and then the other goes to exile. They were both lands, so it didn't really matter to me. But what's going to happen here is he only has one black land up, so I am going to go all out and play Teferi. Teferi's -3 lets me put a target permanent back into third from the top on its owner's deck. Now, I actually own Khan because it came from his -2. So I believe that goes back to my deck. There you go, you saw it go back to my deck. So I've managed to reclaim one of the cards that he took from me, which is quite nice. Interesting interaction there. That's pretty much to be expected. We did say we were going to see Eldest Reborn. Fortunately, I have a Mortify in hand, which will let me get rid of this enchantment. If I don't get rid of that enchantment, in 2 more turns, you can pull Teferi back and essentially gain an advantage. Even from my graveyard, he can pull it back and he can use it and stuff like that. Okay, so this removes hexproof from creatures. We're going to counter this, so we can't read my hand. We want more land because we've got some big things in hand. That's fine. He's tapped out now, so I've got 6, 7, so I think the best thing is to pay the 2 life and go all out with Chromium. This is the best shot I have of winning the game, I think. Now Chromium, the mutable, does have an ability where I can discard a card until the end of turn. It becomes a 1/1 human and gains hexproof. So if he tries to target this and kill it, then I just... No, he doesn't target it with that. Just kills it. Yeah, there's nothing I can do about that, so that has to resolve. And the reason I did that on the last turn was essentially in the hopes that well, I wasn't. He was tapped out. He might have had a counter spell for the next turn. So I think I have to do this.
Let us begin.
See what we get.
Are you certain of your decision?
I know which one he's going to pick. You give me the land, of course. Put that out. Right, I don't want to discard this because he'll be able to pull it back on his side. He's probably going to pull Chromium back. So maybe I do want Kaya's Wrath. Yeah, okay, put this back. If he pulls that back, that's not a massive threat. But if he pulls Chromium back, I can board wipe it. That's completely for 6, no problem. So we're gonna keep... we want the island. We probably want to go -1 and pull back Teferi from exile.
Decisive action is needed.
Pull Teferi back from exile. He has no counter spell mana up.
If you show remorse, I'll show restraint.
We have to put this back. He's going to surveil. He's going to put target creature or planeswalker card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under his control shortly. If he pulls Chromium back, we can just sort of board wipe and hope that he can't do anything. I'm going to keep the island in hand. Hopefully he doesn't have a counter spell. But I need this island in hand to sacrifice as part of the cost for this. So when I use this, I'm going to sacrifice this. I'm going to hopefully draw into some kind of counter spell that I can use with the Kaya's Wrath. Hopefully he taps out here. Okay, yeah, that pretty much seals it. That pretty much seals the loss, unfortunately. Wow, what is that? Okay, so if I used... Well, the negate was slightly too late, but okay. How many Kaya's Wrath have gone to the bin? 2? So there is another one in there. We can't use -3 on Teferi to put anything back.
We need to move quickly.
That doesn't help us.
You may regret that choice.
And he doesn't have any blue mana up, so we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. Discarding island. Hopefully we get that last board wipe. The last board wipe saves us. It does not come through. GG. Think. Yeah. Round 3. Bit of a shame that. Kind of got baited into some cards there. I don't think there was any particularly bad choice of cards here. Yeah, his Thief of Sanity just came out very, very quickly. I think this probably goes, because I don't want him using it against me. And... let's bring in... what do we want to bring in? Let's bring our own Eldest Reborn in, just in case. Let's take round 3. We got this. It's pretty even. Pretty even matchup, excuse me. Pretty even matchup. That is a shocking opening hand. The lands are okay, but the cards not so much. No blue. That's a bit better. That's actually playable. So we mulligan down to 5. Godless Shrine on top. That'll do. That gives us our access to white. And we got our access to black and blue here. So we've got the three lands that we need. We get the play. We pay the 2 life for this, and we keep the mana up. He may just Thought Erasure. So he's had, I think he's opened with Thought Erasure every game. and I haven't seen a single one outside of late game. So yeah, you can see why this might be quite problematic. If he just gets to read my hand, knows everything I've got, and gets to dump something to the bin, but I don't get to see it in 3 games, it's kind of puts me at a massive disadvantage. There you go. So there's one from me. He hasn't got negate mana up, so we're gonna go for it. And we're gonna have a look at his hand. He's got Thief of Sanity. He's got Unmoored Ego. And he's got Eldritch Reborn, so this is a pretty strong hand. He doesn't quite have the 5 land for this. He has the 4 mana for this. But this one essentially gets to dump a card of mine in the bin, so probably dump to Fairy. So this is going. I have removal here off the top as well from the Surveil, so I know if he plays one of his creatures on the next turn. I mean, he knows I have Moment of Craving, so I don't know why he's done that, because he doesn't have the 1 land for this. So I get to gain 2 life, kill his creature. That seems... Maybe he did that on purpose to bait out, because this has got 4 health and he thought I might use 2 on this. But he doesn't know what I've got, so... He doesn't know what this card is. Ah, there we go. That's what he was doing. He's got a Second Thought Erasure. But he can't play this for another turn, so hopefully we get some removal off the top. My turn. We do not. So we'll auto pass into the next turn and cry as he plays his Flying Ascend card. Yep, there we go. Go into our turn. He doesn't have anything up, so I can use Cast Down here. Get rid of it. That was a lucky draw. I'm pretty much just playing off the top now. I don't really have anything to work with just yet. I mean, yeah, sure. Okay, so what we can actually do here is we can actually throw Teferi down, seeing as he hasn't got anything here. He might have something in hand to respond to it on the next turn, but he's already asked me to sacrifice a creature or a planeswalker. What I don't want to do is discard this. So this is going to go down. I don't necessarily want to -3 this, because it will go back into his deck, and in 3 more turns he'll just be able to drop this and do something with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a card off the top and untap 2 lands. I want to keep my Thief of Sanity. Interested that he played his. So what I'll probably do here is play my Thief of Sanity. And then throw his with Teferi back to the top of his deck. Or 3 cards from the from the top anyway. That gives me some kind of field advantage. It's not perfect, but it'll do. So he's probably going to do this. Hopefully we draw something off the top that'll let us kill this. But we do have a blocker up if we need to use it. He gets to exile it anyway. We're going to pass. This is going to be a stalemate now until one of us draws removal. Or until he draws a third Thought Erasure. His sanity comes down. We'll just draw and land. If he attacks with this, I'm just going to block with this. I don't want him looking at my cards. I don't have anything to protect Khan. He probably has a negate. We'll try and bait it out with this. He doesn't have a negate. Or if he did, he knows what I've got in hand. If he has a negate, that was like next level plays.
I am Khan.
Give me things.
A curious choice.
Either one of those will do. I think he'd probably give me search. He gave me negate. Okay, fine. So he might have like a card or a spell or something that he can use here. Interesting. So I haven't seen a planeswalker from him at all, really. And that kind of screws me over because I took my planeswalker kill cards out. We've got our own artifact out. We can't block his because his has got flying, but ours grow. Unfortunately, I think we've lost pace here, and he just gets to create a board full of Thopters, and I have nothing. That is almost certainly going to get countered. See what we get off the top. We don't want a swamp, so we're going to put it to the bin. This almost certainly goes for Khan. I can't see it not going for Khan. There you go.
I do not feel pain.
It's only one though. It's only one. Okay. Let's go -1.
The time has come.
Pull search back. Search essentially lets us let's go in for an attack, see if we can clear one of his blockers. I don't think we will. I think he'll just let it through. Probably should have gone for this actually.
This will keep an eye on you.
So I think these both go for Khan now and kill it. Yeah, that was a mistake by me. I should have gone for Tezzeret. Because he then,
I am proud.
in one more turn, he just gets to search for anything he wants out of his deck. We're going to keep that. We're going to transform. We want to keep this, and we want to look for some kind of removal for all of these. So we want our board wipe essentially. But we can't do it all in one go. So he's almost certainly going to get his he's almost certainly going to get his emblem off this, which means we lose. unfortunately. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is purely forcing him to actually do something. It doesn't necessarily mean that he's gonna... So you just, all he has to do is sacrifice one of these. We'll attack, we'll try and get him to block. He doesn't fall for it. Why did I do the same thing again? I made the same mistake. I don't want him looking at his cards. I don't want any of that. Yeah, that was a silly move. I shouldn't have done that. So he doesn't discard a card. What we're going to do is we're going to look to see if we can... Seeing he hasn't taken the opportunity to... 4 lands. Of course it is. Of course it's 4 lands. What I was going to say was, seeing as he hasn't taken the opportunity to block this, I was going to try and look for some removal, but now he will block, and we will be able to, you know, take that out. But yeah, I was going to look for some removal, try and get rid of this one blocker that he had, and knock this down, seeing as he didn't take the opportunity to minus 8 it then. Oh, it's minus 9 anyway.
I was waiting for this.
So he gets to minus 9. Yeah. This is going to be really tough now. He's got his Doom Whisperer without even having to use his emblem. Now he gets to emblem and put something massive out. Oh, he just puts another Tezzeret out. That's fair play.
You really think you can keep up with me?
We could put his Tezzeret out. We have no Teferis left. This would be nice.
This will be over quickly.
Let's try Chemist's Insight, see what we get. Draw 2 cards. Extra land. Let's draw a card. Visibility. See what we get. Board wipe would be really nice here.
Still one step behind.
That doesn't quite do it. We need needs to use this ability. Actually, I'm not sure if that would have made a difference. So, so there's Kaya's Wrath. It's too late for us now. If this baits an attack, that'd be really nice, and then I can clean up afterwards. But I don't have enough to get rid of this.
I know what must be done.
That did bait an attack. Okay. Fine.
This isn't the last you've heard of me.
So he gets to put another permanent out. I don't know what else he's got in his deck, but I assume it's something big, whatever he's going to do. We have protection for our Kaya's Wrath as well. We'll do Thought Erasure first. Yeah, that makes sense. Thought Erasure to see what he's got in hand. Put that to the bin. Gonna have another Sinister Sabotage. We know he doesn't have a counter spell, so I think we want to do white, black, black. And then white again. Yeah, that's this resolves, clears his side. What have we got in our grave? We've got one card. So this, we have to counter this because we know the threat. There's the wrong mana there. Counters it. Stops that threat. We'll get another Sinister Sabotage off the top. It's fine, we can deal with that with Mortify.
I learned a few tricks on Kaladesh.
I wonder what he's got left. Whew. Ah, okay, so we need to get rid of that. That doesn't get me anything really. This has to go, because otherwise he can just start shooting us. So he gets to do 5 damage to us. 2-turn clock. It's looking pretty bleak. Unless I draw another board wipe and some kind of like card to go with it, I don't think we're going to see much. This has got to be a negate or something, right? Oh, what's he looking at in my graveyard? Maybe he got... there we go. Yeah, no, sorry mate, that's not going to happen. We don't need another land.
Let's see how you respond to genius.
Yeah, so he's just drawing cards now, he just wants pressure. It's a bit of a shame this, because he had significantly better starts than me in every single round. It's a bit of a bummer, really. I think I also made some mistakes as well. Made quite a few mistakes. So we're going to have a look at our top 4. See if there's anything useful that we can pick out. There isn't, but we'll pick it anyway. What does the board wipe come out now? Didn't, but yeah, GG. It's a shame. That is a shame. It's those kind of games that hit you the hardest, I think. The ones where, you know, if you got like a slightly better start, you would have been miles ahead. I don't feel like I got particularly outplayed in a lot of turns there. Priest of the Forgotten Gods. Nice. Okay, let's go into the next game. Feldor. All 3 colours of mana. Thought Erasure on start, Sinister Sabotage, negate. That's a pretty decent start. Can't really ask for more than that, to be honest. Go tapped on the Shockland, play the Swamp, play Thought Erasure. He's playing Gruul. Red, basically red-green. So we're going to play Thought Erasure, we're going to have a look at his hand, see what he's got. Is he Turbo Fog? What deck is this? Okay, so he's Teamer. It's got to be Turbo Fog, right? 2 damage to target creature. Draw cards, search for his counter, and Root Snare. This I'm not so fussed about. It's not really how I win. Get rid of search for his counter. And we'll take the land. So he gets to draw with these cards. That's okay if he wants to do that. But I didn't want him filtering with search. Filtering lets him set up his combos. I have Sinister Sabotage mana up now. Don't quite have the capability to play Kaya's Wrath just yet. So what we'll do is we'll negate this. stop him pulling things out too quick. I want him to pull things out at a normal pace. Or at least a reasonable pace anyway. That's fine. Just make sure he wasn't doing anything else there. I can then kill the Murmuring Mystic with Cast Down. That's great. And then go into my turn. I'll play the Glacial Fortress. That gives me my second white, so I can play Gaia's Wrath. Pass to him. Put a stop on the end of his turn, just in case I want to do anything. I don't think I can do anything actually, but... so he's just discarded a card for that, so I'm going to make him pay. In the hopes that he doesn't have a negate. He does have an opt though. That's fine. I mean, he's burning through a lot of cards here, so... I don't need another land. I've got a second. I've got a swamp in hand. I want cards. I want cards to play with. Likelihood is he doesn't have a negate. Go into my turn. Vraska's Contempt. That will do. We'll play a swamp for turn. And we'll pass. He has a lot of draw cards. Lots and lots of draw. I'm going to keep playing all the lands my deck decides to give me, which is apparently all of them. I've even put one in the bin. Quite a lot of lands this to get right at the start. 8 already. Chemist's Insight. We'll try and do this in response to one of his cards, so that we know he doesn't have a counter spell up. He still has negate mana, but yeah, I think I'll just let this resolve and see what happens. He's playing this new deck. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to go... We've used the negate already, so the likelihood of us getting a negate is really low, but we do have counterspell mana up. Unfortunately, we do not get a counterspell, which means he probably wins now. This is probably one of the most broken cards in the game at the moment. I think between this and Nexus of Fate, one of them needs to go. This is just insane. If you watch what he does with this on his next turn, it is pretty crazy. So I'm going to like for this. I just have to pray that he doesn't have a counterspell, I think. So I'm gonna... I just have to pray and hope that he doesn't have one. This is going back into his deck. And I'm absolutely fine with that. Even though this takes it to a 1 counter, I want to get rid of this. So he's going to dump all of his mana into Explosion and kill off Teferi. That makes sense, but my ability still goes off. And I'm going to play Search for Scanter. Search for Scanter lets me filter my cards. This deck is hard as anything, and he's just got another one straight away, so I've put it back in. He's done the 3 damage, pulled three cards off the top and just got the card straight back. Like, it's hard as anything, this deck. I don't know if anything can beat this, really. Like, once you get to this point anyway. So, like, I don't think Control can beat this deck. I think, because it's like... unless if they get this out on turn 4, like you have to have a counter spell up there and then to get rid of it. Even with Mortify, you kill it and another one comes out, or you Teferi, you put it back and another one comes out. If he even gets the slightest opportunity to use this, he's going to start doing what he does now, where he dumps all of his mana into his mana pool, it all untaps, and in response he dumps all his mana into his mana pool and shoots you in the face for 100 damage or whatever it is, 20. Like there's nearly no interaction, because you can't interact with putting mana into the mana pool. Yeah, so there you go. There's just 7 damage to the face that I can't deal with, and he just draws 7 cards. So he's got all of his answers here in his hand now. He'll have to dump some stuff, but it doesn't matter because he just dumps the stuff that he doesn't want. He gets to keep everything he wants and dumps everything that he doesn't want, which should be a pretty easy choice. There you go. It took him all of 5 seconds to figure that out. So I'm going to keep this on top of the library. I'm going to transform this. Now, you probably figured out that he has another one of these here, because we knew this is the one we put back into his deck. So we get to kill this. This means nothing, because he's just going to play another one straight away. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for a card which has to be a negate. It literally has to be a negate. I don't have one, so I will get Teferi off the top. So he plays Growth Spiral, then he plays Wilderness Reclamation. He then taps everything into his mana pool. Oh no, he's going to opt first. Okay. It's interesting. I'm actually thinking about playing a 4th Mortify in my sideboard for this, because of how strong this card is. So all of his lands untap. He draws a bunch of cards. He's now got a full hand again. He opts, he filters, he looks for his win condition, which is essentially another card that just does direct damage to my face. He draws more cards, because he doesn't need this anymore. So I'm gonna drop this. I'm gonna -3. I'm gonna put this back into his deck, but he doesn't actually need this anymore because I'm on 9 life. So all he has to do is have the answer in his hand, and he just dump all of his mana into it and kill me. So I think I'm not even sure if that's the right move. I'm not even sure if Teferi's the right move. Guess I gotta try it. Just in case he happens to not have the answer in his hand. I mean, it doesn't, like, if he didn't, he didn't, and if he does, he does. You know, if he does, he wins. And he's got another one straight away. Because he's filtered through that many cards, he knows what he wants to keep in hand. Let's see what we got off the top.
Keep up the pace.
Mortify works.
Until you have lived as a statue, do not talk to me. How convenient. An excellent choice.
Well, I want the negate, but I don't think he's going to give it to me. Okay. The most irritating thing about that is if I'd have done this the other way around, I would have got that. And now I don't have the 3 mana up for a normal counter spell, I only have 2 mana up. I'll take that, but I think he's going to win on this next turn anyway. So he's going to flip this, he's going to look for his card. If it's in the top 4, which it might be, then he'll just take it. There's nothing I can do about that, so yeah, he gets to keep it. There it is, so that's his card, so he wins. Right, so we want Mortifies to kill enchantments. We don't need Moment of Craving, we don't need Cast Down, we don't need any of our Kaya's Wrath. We want to put Thief of Sanity in so that we can like mill the top of his deck. We want both of our negates in to take us up to 4. And then I think we probably want here our Basilica Bellhaunts. Basilica Bellhaunts makes them discard and gains us life on the entry. Thought Erasure is good, Sinister Sabotage is good. Yeah, that's good, that's good. Vraska's Contempt, I mean... What exactly do I have to stop Vraska's Contempt? Sorry, to use on Vraska's Contempt? Probably nothing. I will put our last Teferi. Right, let's go for second. Terrible. Probably even worse. Even worse. That'll have to do. Can't really go lower than 4 cards, but this is pretty much lost already. This is I need all of the rest of my dual lands so that I can actually draw into white immediately. So we're going to drop Thief of Sanity next turn. Just going to go straight for it. Under the assumption that he doesn't have any negates. He only has 1 land up, which means that we're going to go Thief of Sanity now. Play it straight away in the hopes that we get to mill some stuff from his deck. If we get the chance to take one of his win conditions, then we will take it. Hopefully he doesn't just burn our guy. He does. Of course he does. Seriously, only 1 mana? I mean, I guess it's just like a better shock. Okay, so he's got Nexus of Fate in there as well, which needs to be banned. There's no point in me putting a stopper on there because I literally can't do anything. Memorying Mystic is probably going to beat you down. I'm going to pay 2 life. I can't use Basilica Bellhaunt yet, so because I don't have the specific mana, so I'm going to hold mana up for Chemist's Insight, play that at the end of the next turn. Hopefully I draw a, we want a white land the next turn. That's good. That helps us. And I don't have to take anything for it. So we'll probably go to Fairy here. We're going to shove this back in his deck. Please don't have a counter. Oh, okay, fine. Funnily, I took all of my board wipes out. I totally forgot he had this.
This isn't a fight, you mean. Time is much more malleable than people think.
And he just gets to kill this immediately. I misplayed that. I misplayed my sideboard. I didn't realise that. I totally forgot he actually had creatures.
This is hardly my worst defeat.
But the problem is, if I let that stay out with those cards in hand, then man, that was awful. Really, really bad. Don't do what I do in Magic. It's shocking. We're going to force him to discard a card. This is over. I'm going to concede. I'm just going to go into the next one and play a match of actual Magic. Because there's no point in me playing catch up when he's got a handful of cards and I've just got nothing. So let's take a pack. Shit. Let's go back in. Take it. Godless Shrine first, get the Shockland out. Then we've got an island and we can play Thought Erasure and rip something out of this guy's hand. Plays black first, we go blue. Play Thought Erasure, he can't counter it. Let's see what he's playing. He's playing exactly the same as me. Well, not exactly the same, but he's playing this. So he's opened his hand with double Thought Erasure. I wish I had that kind of luck. I really wish I did. So he's going to double Thought. I had to get rid of his big Leviathan. He's going to double Thought Erasure. He's going to pull out the only two cards that are usable other than lands, and gain an immediate board advantage, immediate hand advantage. So he's going to pull out one of these. Yeah, Kaya's Wrath. Okay, fine. Okay, so probably what he's going to do is use this mission briefing. He's going to cast Thought Erasure from his graveyard. He's going to dump this to the bin, and I'm going to have nothing left to play. this deck? This is weird. This is such an awkward set of land. So this probably gets countered now. This Chemist's Insight probably gets countered. Can't see it not being countered. Plays blue. He's probably got a negate or something in hand. Wow, let me have it. Okay. I'm gonna go into my turn. See what he's got. Wow, I managed to get a second Thought Erasure off. That's pretty crazy. Wow. Okay. He's got 4 in hand. This kills off a creature. This kills off a creature. This controls a planeswalker, but will require him at least 2 more blue. I actually think this is the biggest threat. Because that stops me putting Teferi out if I need to use it. So if I draw into Teferi on the next turn, he just like removes it immediately with Vraska's Contempt. I think he's land stuck. Moment of Craving doesn't hit this. So Moment of Craving is going to go. Hello? Magic Arena. Okay, cool. Right, we're going to play this from the grave. We're going to dump Moment of Craving. This actually has a use, he might play another enchant. Unless this is a counter spell, he doesn't have one. And he can't play one from his graveyard. I wonder if he's just AFK'd. No, he's not. Okay. Wow, a third Thought Erasure. Okay. What else have you got? It really wants us to have these lands. Eldest Reborn is a massive threat to me. I'm going to keep this on top. This is a sorcery, so keep that in mind. And I didn't want him just plonking this down and then being able to get like Nizal or whatever his name is back from the graveyard. I'm going to keep this in hand because I want to discard it if I need to use this again. He's super duper land stuck. Okay, so he's got his 5. just going to draw a bunch. Best I've got.
I can no longer stand. Let's skip to the
That
good
took
part.
time. That took a lot of time. I'm essentially like double the amount of turns along than I should be. He'll pick out Mortify. It's a good job we played Teferi then.
No time for a break.
We'll start spamming the board with creatures.
There is great power in defeat, Mythic.
Fair play. I'm actually going to keep that. Just in case he manages to get some big stuff out.
You know what? I'm not done yet.
Good choice.
See what Khan gives us two lands. Okay, I'm actually going to use this. Pull Chemist's Insight to hand. And then I'm going to pass to the end of turn, which will let me untap 2 lands with Teferi. One of them is going to be this, and then the other will be blue. Okay, so I need to... Well, I need to draw an answer for this, so... That helps. Oh no, he'll probably pull a legendary back, won't he, I bet. He'll pull a legendary Leviathan back. That doesn't help. It can't be countered. That hurts. That hurts a lot. But we do have Kaya's Wrath. And he's tapped out. So. Hey Ross, how's it going, man? STS control deck you're on about. Yeah, it's not going too well today actually, but we might be able to recover this. So end of turn, I'm going to play Chemist's Insight. I'm going to draw two cards. That will make him draw a card, but that's fine. He's tapped out. He's got no mana left. We go into our turn. We use Kaya's Wrath immediately, which does a board wipe. He gets to draw from that, but that's fine. But he has no mana, so This will die. Beginning of the next end step. Oh, okay. So that's what he does. He gets to pull it back all the time. Interesting. So I need to keep +1ing Teferi because I want to get Teferi's ultimate out.
The choices we make reveal who we are.
I'm sure he won't be giving me that. So I need to discard from my maximum hand size at the end of the next turn. Let's put a Hallowed Fountain down. And let's pass. Actually going to use this ability and pull back a Sinister Sabotage. That's just the beginning of the next end step. Oh no. Oh damn. That means it's gonna... Oh, I've misplayed hugely here. I have significantly misplayed this. Because that's gonna... I thought it was the start of his next end step. It's not. It's the next end step. Which makes all the difference because it means he can attack my Planeswalker now. Oh, I'm 1 mana short. I'm 1 mana short. No. The misplays. Which means he does 7 damage to Teferi. Of course he does. Of course he does. That's gutting. That's absolutely gutting. Right. Let's wow, that's really strong. If you get this out, that's really strong. What have you got? What have you got? Hostage Taker. Target creature or artifact until it leaves the battlefield. Get rid of that. Is that all of my thought erasures? I think it is. Let's force him to make a decision. So he'll get to draw a card. But then he'll want to discard 3. So that he can... Why did I do that? Because he's just going to get it back at the end of the next turn. Oh man. I might concede this. I don't think there's any way I can win this. Not against this. That should have waited. That should have waited. It should have waited until he attacked with it and then gotten rid of it.
Are you certain of your decision?
I know which one I'm going to get. It's not going to be Vraska's Contempt, that's for sure. Wow, it was. Okay. He gives me another chance. Which is fine. I'll take that. Let's pass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have to discard. So he gets to pull that back. And then I get to untap 2. You are my lucky charm, mate. Land to the bin. Don't need any more land. We've got plenty of that. We've got one on top as well. Interesting. Seems to have glitched this visual bug. Okay, he actually played a card there, which means he can't discard 3 cards for this. He can flash this in, but I can counter it. So, oh no, he can because he draws a card off that. Okay, so he draws a card there, but then he has to discard them all. So he has to boss all into the bin. Then kills that off. And then I'm going to play this. And I'm going to draw cast down. That doesn't seem to be helping me at all here. So then this comes back. I can then go into my turn. I can drop Watery Grave. I can then play -2 on this, which gets me a 1/1. Then I can do +2 on this. See if I get a better answer than Teferi, which I don't. I've only got 8 cards in hand. I'm then going to play Teferi for 1. I have to get rid of one of them. He will then draw a card. I will get to pick
I know my responsibility.
which one I get to keep, and I want that. And then I get to use his -3. Put this back to his deck. That at least does something. That's all I can do. It's literally just delay. I only have 8 cards left, and the one on top is Teferi. So I don't think this is going to work out, but we will see. Unfortunately, I couldn't get my Teferi emblem out the first time because I messed up. We're going to negate that, that's not happening. -2 Khan.
Awaken.
This I'm not too fussed about drawing a card because I don't really want to draw any more cards. So I'm going to play another Khan. Pay for 4. Replace this Khan, keep this one, and -2 him again.
Some solutions must be built.
And we're going to try and rush down attackers. Let's have a look at our cards. This does the trick versus the Leviathan that comes out next turn. That also wins us the game. Ish. Wow. I'm not sure how I managed to come back on that. I guess just spamming the creature, the field with creatures just works. Okay. So we damn well don't need Moment of Craven. We need these. We need these. Cast down is pretty much fine, because he does have other creatures, but I'm not sure whether he had non-legendaries. I think what I actually want is these. I want these Thief of Sanity in here. I do want my 2 negates. I don't think Cast Down was particularly great there, so I'm going to remove them for these warrants. This will let me put things on the top of its library. Just hold things off a little bit longer. I think that's fine. Chromium was our win condition there. Yeah, let's go. Sorry, Ross, yeah. I know, we stream at similar times, don't we? I only have one monitor as well, so I can only do, like, a limited amount of things. Yeah, it was nice stream. It was. I think the ability to whittle down the hand size helped. Even though that's a really nice card, it's kind of like it only has like a limited number of things against control that it can do, because otherwise you keep putting it back, and you have to keep discarding cards, and eventually it runs out of things to do, or it runs out of things to discard. No. No land. Okay. Industry standard shuffling. This has got all the land I need in it, so I'll take this. I'm going to scry that to the bottom because I don't need a second black. Not at the moment, anyway. I'll get a second black anyway, regardless. So we're going to do Godless Shrine, and then we're going to do Island Swamp. It doesn't matter anyway, because he's going to pick the one card that I can possibly use, because he's decided Thought Erasure is going to go in his deck. Let's go Island. Wow, he has got a much faster start than I have. Is he out of land again? He's out of land again. We're going to see what he does on the next turn. He's got dive downs, so I'll put dive downs in. Okay. We need to get rid of this somehow. So we're going to draw 2. Rescue's Contempt will do the trick. Or maybe just Warrant, to be honest. I think we'll keep Warrant. We'll run this. Probably could have run to Fairy in there, actually. He's land stuck again. See if we can get this on the field. probably a negate. Yes, it's the sabotage. He was holding that up on purpose, you could tell. Don't know why I did that, it was stupid. Because now I've lost any position of power that I actually had. There's his land. See what else he's got. See what else he's got. Come on, let me have it. No, okay, he's decided he doesn't want to let me have it. So he's had double counter spell and thought erasure. He also put disinformation campaign to the bin as well. So he gets an extra land from this. The sanity comes down. We're going to clear that because I don't want him hitting my creatures. Hitting me, sorry, and pulling my creatures out or whatever. That's actually a really strong start. Let's see if we can actually able to get this out. If he's got a counter spell, he'll play it now because I will get nothing from this. He's got something. He's got something. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to pay 2 life in case I get a negate for this. So what I'll do is I'll pay 4 for this, hold 2 mana up in the hopes that I get a negate and he plays a spell and I can counter it. What I might... actually, it's not going to give me opportunity. So he's going to use this on this. Pretty simple. That was an interesting choice. Whew. Spicy. Lots of land. So what's going to happen is he's going to attack with this. I'm going to warrant. I'm going to put it on the top of my own deck. Hopefully. Hopefully. He doesn't have a counter spell. He doesn't. So it goes to the top of my deck because I'm the owner of this card. I'm surprised he didn't play anything else there. We're going to draw 2 more cards. Hopefully. I really want to know what he's got in his hand. Can't attack with it yet. What is that? Exile all cards from opponent's graveyards. You may cast those cards this turn, and you may spend Mana as though any type to cast those spells at the beginning of the next end step. If any of those cards are made exiled, return them to their owner's graveyards. Exile Mnemonic Betrayal. Okay, what have we got? Oh god, we got a Teferi in there. Well, it's gonna go immediately. I think we're still gonna have to sacrifice this because the ability goes off, but let's get calm down. Give me stuff.
You may regret that choice.
I wonder which one he'll give me. It's not going to be Thought Erasure, is it? Because he's got cheeky stuff in hand that he wants to use. All the answers. He's got all the answers. We've got all the land apparently. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He doesn't have enough to play Teferi. He did that just for a Thief of Sanity? I mean, okay. Oh, he has a dive down. Okay. Goodbye. Bit overkill that, but yikes! Yikes! How many of these have I used? Used 2 Kaya's Wrath. That's good. Now the question is, do I block with this? He does have his 3 cards, so I don't think it's right to block with this. He might try and kill this, but he can't kill it with cast down because it's a legendary creature. Oh, okay. Ew, that wasn't nice. I mean, if I get any kind of removal now, he's of course I don't. I'm going to keep that in hand so we can discard it. He's not going to attack because he doesn't want me to kill it. I mean, yeah, okay. Kind of have to hold a blocker up. Can't go down to 2. No. No attacks. Okay, well, yeah, that'll win it. I'm forced to sacrifice a creature. He hits me twice, I lose. Okay, that was exciting. The warrant worked well. I just don't know what to put in against this deck. It just seems to have the answers all the time. I don't know what to put in. Basilica Bellhorns, maybe? They're a little bit late. They're a little bit late, whereas I want like some early counter. So, keep these, keep these. Need Chromium because I need a win condition. Need to keep these. Khan worked well in the first game. Thief of Sanities obviously work well. He ended up having creatures which I need to get rid of, so maybe I need... Maybe I don't need Negate, maybe I just need... It's hard. No, we got 6 counter spells. Let's go again. Let's just have a better opening hand. That would be a strong start. That is awful. That is so bad. That's better. Right, let's go with that. So he's just going to rip the Thief of Sanity out. Why do I never get Thought Erasure on turn 1? Like, why do I never get it? Or like, sorry, turn 2 rather. So that's like the complete game plan has just gone out the window now. But I do have a counter spell, so at least I can counter his next Thought Erasure. To surveil, I don't want that. I want cards to play. That'll do. So he is that the second game in a row he's got double Thought Erasure, or the third? Because he seems to get it pretty frequently triple Thought Erasure. I'm going to make him pick between these two. I know which one he's going to pick. He's going to pick Teferi. So with his triple Thought Erasure, he's gotten rid of any hope for me winning this game. And I drew 2 lands. So we can use this again from the graveyard. We need to see what he does first. That was a stupid hand to keep. Don't know why I did that. Double Khan, 2/4 cost cards, and a double mana card. Pretty bad. Oh look, Thought Erasure. The game I didn't need it in. Let's see what he's got. So he's also playing between these two. I think between these 3. Cetra's Conta's gonna go. Right, so we have the double blue mana to use Sinister Sabotage now. Try and bait out his counter spell for this. Yep, it worked. It's fine. Double Thought Erasure for myself now. They all come at once. Fairy. Okay, if we get a land off the top, we're fine. If we don't, it's probably game over. We don't. It's probably game over then. We're going to play it out and see what happens. I think that's pretty much it. There's all one chance to respond.
Hurry!
We do have a card to get rid of Teferi, but I don't want him seeing what I've got here. That'll do. Best land in the world, but it'll do. Pretty sure he's got another counter spell here, so I'm going to try and wait till he taps out. He taps out, so I'm going to respond and do Exile Teferi. This is the card I need. So yeah, if you're wondering, this is an incomplete deck. There's about 50. We run about 50% of the deck. I need 2 of these, and I need 4 absorbs, and I still need half of my mana base. I'm literally missing half of my mana base for a tricolor deck that uses things like 2 white, 2 black cards. This won't stick. Don't know what I expected, really. He knows what I've got, doesn't he? You know, apart from this. Draw Chemist is insane. Probably going to go off after this game. Tilted off the face of the earth after the last couple of games, so and I'm nearly at the bottom of gold, about to slip into silver again, so I need to go and get my head right and then come back tomorrow with like a fresh perspective, probably buy some cards, sink more money into the game, and actually use the cards that I need. One, two, three, four, five.
You know what? I'm not done yet.
So this, what he's doing now, this is how this deck is supposed to work. It's just in case you wanted a demonstration on how the deck actually works. But it's very difficult when you don't have all of your lands. So we'll try. Not with that one. We'll do it with this one. Try and get this through. I don't think this is going to stick. No counter spell to protect a fairy. How many have we used? We've used one. Managed to pick up a third Thought Erasure. This baits out a counter spell. Might be able to go for Teferi. Might as well try. Got nothing else I can do.
Sorry I'm late. I'm not ready.
Is Teferi back? Toss. That is how the deck's supposed to work. He goes for a third Teferi. Something which isn't unusual to us. We've seen that before. Oh wait, third? Second. Did I get rid of his first? Oh yeah, I exiled it, didn't I? Yeah.
We need to move quickly.
I think Chromium just comes out after this, to be honest. Excuse me. He's got enough mana up for destruction, so doesn't matter. Just the guy to put it down and actually do something. goodness. This, yeah, so yeah, this is how the deck is supposed to work.
That was uncalled for.
We can still protect Chromium. I should have killed that off.
Hold
I'm not
that
sure why I
thought.
didn't. Yeah, I think this is probably it. That's my one chance at winning. Okay, so Chromium stays in, good win condition. Teferi's stays in. Kaya's comes out. We don't need Kaya's in this. Thief of Sanity comes in. He will board 4 of these in. I do not have 4, so I'll have to make do. All of my negates are coming in. He seemed to run more negates than me. He seemed to run like 3 or something. Or maybe he just saw them and I just didn't, so... Eldest Reborn can go in. Let's go for... oh, I'm missing one. Let's do... oh, the Teferi. Why? Why do you do this to me? What is this? Why 5 lands? Fortunately, we're going to be able to go turn 1 as counter, or turn 2 as counter rather. Which works out very nicely for me. Oh, look, Thought Erasure. So he probably gets rid of Chemist's Insight, I think, here. Oh no, okay, he goes for Warrant. I want that. Just do another Thought Erasure. I also want that. I'm fully expecting a counter spell here, so I'm going to hold. If he counterspells this, that's fine. And deal with that. If he has 2 negates, I bet he has 2 negates. I put money on it that he has 2 negates. Oh. He didn't use it, he did.
Defend my allies. Evil cannot withstand a righteous
We're going to start putting creatures out. Okay, caps out for that. That's going to stay in the library. actually taking some kind of advantage here, which is good.
Oh, say hello to my little...
Forces him to discard a card.
A curious choice.
Hallowed Fountain actually allows me to play Karn and buff all my creatures. And also protect it with Negate or Warrant.
Our actions determine the course. Evil cannot withstand a righteous army.
This might just get negated, but you know what, that's fine. I'm going to hit him on the backside anyway. I guess he's probably looking for Kaya's Wrath. He snap picked that, so I suspect that's probably exactly what he's got. But we're going to find out now. Excellent, that was more like it. We had pace, we managed to get some kind of an advantage. He'll take the play, I'll keep that. It's got all the lands I need in it. He will rip something out of my hand now. There we go, Thought Razor straight away. It's just like absolute snap pick. If you see it in your open hand, you just take it. He knows all the cards I've got, so there's no point in me trying to bluff by paying this 2 life. He probably has a counter spell, but we will see. Either way. There we go, there's the absorb. taps out onto
Let's
Fairy,
skip to the good part.
does he have a negate? Does he have a negator? I wonder. Let's test and find out. He doesn't. That's good for me. Hopefully he doesn't have a Mortify. He does not have one in hand. And he played that in his... It's going to force him to discard a card now. Teferi, because he tapped out. We have counterspell mana back up, which is good. I won't be going for his Teferi when I sacrifice. He has a negator. He has negate mana. There we go. Okay. So he's going to throw this back to my hand.
I'm known for my excellent timing. Reverse.
So I will be taking his Teferi now.
You show remorse. I'll show. You need to take a time out. Hurry!
There's my Teferi.
Keep up the pace.
I wonder if he has negator. Let's test it. He doesn't have negate, but I have nothing to stop him. In response, I'm going to dump everything I have into this. There's the negate.
Trust me, you'll thank me later. Time is much more malleable than people think.
He's back.
Right on schedule. Let's take it back.
I'm going to throw this down with 2 left up for negate. Maybe that wins us the game. Nope.
You know what? I'm not done yet.
Just 2 lands for him. Which means I can safely put Khan down.
Evil must allow me to introduce you to a friend of mine.
Wonder what he has. Well, he left it too late, whatever it was, because we've got negate mana.
Keep up the pace.
Awaken!
The negate. Get in. That was tough. That was a really hard matchup. I think I actually got saved by my sideboard card twice there. My one... What was it? Where's my sideboard? My one Eldest Reborn. Yeah, it was well fought. Bloody hell. That was a tough game. That was a nice high to end the night on as well, considering I've been battered all night. I think that was a nice nice win to end it on. Right, guys, I'm probably going to end it there for the night. It's getting on a bit now. So, I'll hopefully see you guys soon, and I will be back tomorrow for some Magic.